I'm sorry, mute, I was on mute. So if in R, you can import data from various sources like text file, like tables, like data matrix. अब आपको आवाज आ रही है? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can import data from a variety of sources. Some of them which are from statistics side are SPSS, SAS, Stata. You can also import from SQL, Oracle, Microsoft things, or any other data sources, because there are packages that you can use and import your data in R. Once your data has been imported in R, then you can apply different approaches, different techniques for data analysis and data preparation. In R, luckily, we have one more. In R, if you want to use some package, you have to use the command library. For example, if I show you, if I show you this thing here, can you see this packages thing? Here it is called packages. There is a large list of packages. So for example, ADE4, analysis of ecological data, exploratory and Euclidean methods in environmental science, model selection, and so on. You can see there is a large list of packages which are installed on my machine, on my computer. If you install on your computer, you can see the list of those packages here. So one of the important package for machine learning is E1071. So dynamic linear models, linear regression. So you see there is a large list of packages, including those which are used in machine learning, those used in data mining, data science, statistics, and other fields. It's a choice which package you want to use. If you have prior information about a package, then you can use that information and use the package. If you don't know anything about some package, you have to study or do some exploratory analysis. Exploratory analysis means you have to try and error, and based on trial and error, then you can say, yes, this package is useful, or this package is not useful. Example is, for example, for clustering and classification, there is a large number of packages for clustering and classification. We don't know exactly which package is the best. Usually we use the CART package, but I think CART is the old name. Classification and regression tree. So we use CAR. CAR stands CAR, applied regression, and there is more too. So for example, if you want to install some new package, you will go to install. And in the install, you can see there are 3 boxes. First is where from you are installing the file. Either you are directly copying or downloading it from the cron servers. For example, cron is the official server worldwide, different locations, which have the repositories in the zip form or tar form, tar easy forms, or you can download a package on your machine and install from your hard drive. For example, if I click this, then it will ask me where is that particular package, then you can install. For example, I was working on RUGuards. If I go to RUGuards, then I can see RUGuards package, or yeah, RUGuards package. It is developed in 2020, July 2020, and it is located here. This is the location, I think, for the author. And yeah, if I go to its website, then I can find a GZ file or zip file, and I can download that file to run particular models. Run our package. Here you see, this is the PDF file for the manual. This is the package source and Windows binaries and Mac operating system. If you are using Apple, this is Mac. So R is available for Mac, Linux users, and Windows users. It depends on your requirement, but try to run on Windows. If you try to run on Mac or Linux, there might be some issues. The best way is to use R on your Windows. Okay. Next. This is the way when you go to quran.r-project.org, you will find the downloadable files. Using these downloadable files, you can specify them here, archive files, and using that archive file, you can install. Otherwise, you can write here, Panda. For example, if I say Panda, Panda is the name common in Python, but you can see Panda is here as well. Or if I say ML, for example, I say data. If I type data, you see there is so many different packages: data table, data validator, data 2LD. If I say plot, plot matrix, plot 3D, plot DRGL, something, logit logistic, contour plots, Gaussian mixture model plot, K means maybe KML, I don't know. So Plotly is very famous for plotting, and the other one is ggplot. ggplot is very famous when you are doing some sort of plotting. ggplotify. So you see there is a lot of bunch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only if I typed ggplot, there are 7 packages. If I say type plot, you see there is so many packages. So it is up to you which package you require. You have to first Google what you want to do and see which package you require and install it. Because I am using 4.1.0, it will install in this location along with all the dependencies. So if I say ggplot2, if I say ggplot2 install, the first command will be install.packages. Just for example, install.packages, and then you can run it. Now, then after doing this, there are 2 steps in installing a package. First command is this. It's called install.packages, package name, and the second line must be like this. Like this. So you have to use install.packages, get it from the repositories, run, and second thing is package name. For example, now following this, hashtag is used, not tag, hash sign is used to convert as a comment. If I want to use the data sets which are available in R, I will use library datasets. What is in dataset? Help datasets. If I type help datasets, you can see our package. If I make size large, base R datasets. So there would be a large number of datasets. That's strange, I cannot see. But if I copy this line, open it here, R dataset package 3. how many different data sets you can have. Maybe more than 50 different data sets you can have within R. So you can use any of them, like air passenger database dataset, air quality dataset, attitude dataset. We will be using iris dataset. Iris Edgar Anderson dataset. If I type it here, iris dataset, you can see what is it. Iris dataset contains 4 features: length and width of sepal and petal of 50 samples of 3 species of iris. So these are the types of the iris flower. The dataset is often used in data mining, classification, and clustering. Example: so you see there are 50 observations, 50 records only, 50 samples only, and we will be working on basic. ये फ्लावर है और इसकी वैरायटीज होती हैं. ये पेटल है और ये sepal length, petal length, sepal width, and petal width. So this is the very simple data set. The new data set is 3D. That means it is a data set which is in the cube form. Cube means it has rows, columns, and rows within columns. Further rows. I mean, every cell have further observation. Every student have a different mobile phone and have different data. So students and their mobile phone and their further information. So this is just an example of a 3D or 4D data set. So you can see, you can type help and what package you want to talk about. ggplot2, for example. If I type ggplot, no document ggplot. If I type here ggplot, I have to go to packages. I say ggplot, then I can see ggplot. Oh, cow plot, gg publisher. So there are so many things. So you can use as much information as you like. Then second command is about the names. Names means column or names. What is this? Control enter. Sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width, and species. If you saw that there are 3 species, I can say head iris. So it will show me 5 or 6 records from the top. If I say tail, iris is the dataset name. This is showing the last 6 records from the same. So Setosa is in a species and Virginica is another species. And these are the observations. Then one thing that you can do in a quick way is the summary statistics. If I click summary, you can see that it is showing sepal length. It is showing sepal length. Minimum value is 4.3. First quarter is 5.1. Quartile 1, median is quartile 2, mean is this, and third quartile is 6.4, and then it is a maximum. So can you hear me? I don't know. Okay. So you see, for each variable, you have basic information: minimum value, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, maximum value. It is possible to analyze about the if there is any missing observation, it will show up here as well. But there is no missing observations out of 50 observations. So there is no missing value, or there is no information about missing observation. So one more row normally it appears, which shows a number of missing rows or missing values in each variable. Because we don't have any missing value, it is not showing up. Second thing, those having some background in data analysis, statistics, they can see that if there is a large difference between mean value and median value, there is some problem. Either the data is right skewed or left skewed, or heavily left skewed or right skewed. But luckily, we can say median mean 5.8, 5.8, and the second sepal length width 3.0, 3.0, median mean for the petal length, it is 3 and 4.7. Yeah, there is some missing something. 4.35, 3.75. That means petal length can vary in the three different species. The three different species of iris flowers are setosa, versicolor, and virginica. So you see there is some fluctuation, some variation in these, and petal length is fine, 1.3, 1.1, so not much different. Petal length is different for different types of species. So this is a basic way to understand either there is any outlier or anything wrong. So we can judge it. There is one package, psychotherapy or psycho something. Yeah, PsychoR. And in this package, I don't exactly remember, but I think there is a package which can give you the histograms, the box plots, the summary statistics, everything in an HTML format. It's very easy. Just you have to install the package and see which variables you want to consider, and it will produce HTML file with all those outputs, graphs, and summary stats. So packages have made life easier. Otherwise, if you go to MATLAB, you have to write commands. And Python is better in visualization, but it is not better in statistical analysis. That's a limitation. Okay. Note that I did not write the open dataset command here, because you can see I just say library datasets. All the datasets are available in memory. I said use iris dataset because iris dataset is already available in datasets. It did not ask me anything else, and just started loading this data. Otherwise, I had to do like data frame equal to sometimes the notation is read.csv, for example, my file location. So you have to write my file location.csv. So this is a way to open a CSV file. And similarly, if you want to open Excel file, then you have to do library read Excel. And with the help of read Excel command, then you can write the command for data frame, say suppose 2. And suppose data frame 1 and my file location dot xlsx. So you can use different packages using that with the help of a library command and open different type of files. In your project, you can use SQL data directly into it. You can use Excel or CSV or SPSS or any other data set directly into R directly. Okay, next. ये आवाजें सिर्फ पाकिस्तान में मिलती हैं, वहां पे ये सारे फ्लेवर्स नहीं मिलते बाहर जाके. Okay, SL, suppose I create a variable which is called sepal length. If you want to call a particular column of this data, you will use iris $sign When I use $sign, you see it is showing me which variable you want to call. You want to call simple length. I say yes, enter. So, and then I say control enter. It is showing me all the values from iris dataset for a particular column, which is simple length. Similarly, if you want to call another variable, iris $sign petal length, and shift control enter, I can see this is the variable of my choice or entry. So then one more thing is table. It's easy. Table command, for example, iris dollar species, because species is a categorical variable, nominal variable. When I clicked it, table, it is showing me Setosa, versicolor, and virginica 50 observations for iris species. So if you have categorical variable, you can use f table or table command. And if you have numeric data, then you can use simply the summary command. We will see another package which is called tplier or further family of it, which are even advanced than that. So in that situation, you will be able to do summary statistics, summary analysis for each of these three types. We will see that in the later lessons. I went back to book attributes. So your job is to read this. It was so much verbal, so much explained that because you are a student, new student, maybe learning it for the first time or second time, so you need to read through these things. Basic statistics. So mean, we have covered mean value. We have covered median value. You know, right skewed, left skewed, and bell shape. I come back here. Suppose this is a frequency curve on the histogram. What I want to do, I want to create histogram for my data set. For example, SL represents the sepal length. In the sepal length, what is sepal length? SL, because sepal length stands for this. I have stored it. And how I can see here? Oh, yeah, sepal length is here. So the sepal length is already stored in this. So hist sepal length. Simply I run this first. It will show me histogram of sepal length SL. I don't know. I suppose I don't know what is SL. Then I have to change it. If I say SL with a breaks means number of bins, number of bars. Maximum number of bars is 25. So you see, it is showing me even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are not many, even not more. Maximum is 25 bars or less than 25 bars. So you can increase to as many you like. But because we have 50 observations and 50 bars, so it's not a good idea. So normally we should have 5 to 20 bars, 5 to 20 bars, class intervals, class. Histogram, we can set main. Main is used for the main title. Histogram for sepal length in iris dataset. If I say this, you can see histogram for sepal length in iris dataset. So it will be the title, and you can say X label is equal to values, and Y labels is equal to frequency. This is showing me frequencies and values on X and Y axis. Next is we can set the color. Color is equal to LUE. So if I go back, you can change the color. In the ggplot, you can change the color on further classifiers as well. So there is a lot of many things that you can do. If I come here, I type hist. Help hist, clicked on hist, and this is showing how many different things you can perform in histogram. Probabilities, right density, left density. So a lot of many things. Not everything we require. Normally we study only 40 to 50% of the thing, and then the other is for higher level. Yeah, this is the Brian Ripley. He is the supervisor. He was the supervisor of Dr. Akil Bandi, and Akil Bandi was my for my PhD master. ये देखें वो उर्दू में कहते हैं ना शमा से शमा जलाना, तो ये वो वाला सिलसिला है कि के थ्रू जो है डॉक्टर साहब ने पढ़ा और डॉक्टर मैं आपको पढ़ा ये सीक्वेंस है. So Brian Ripley is a very big name in statistical science. And so next is 2D plot. So we can have 2D and 3D plots in R. So plot iris sepal length, iris sepal width, and color by, I think, yeah, there was an error. This thing was not working. Plot iris. So it is showing me this graph. If you explore further, you can see how to use color by. For example, this is not the right command. Oh yes, not so. Yeah, just COL for color by species. If I color by species, you see there are three colors, red, green, and black. So two species, one species is very separate, and the two species are mixing with each other. So that means one of the species has a very different behavior comparative to the two. So this is a way to plot a 2D scatter plot. Scatter plot means where you have points only for the 2-dimension plot. Box plot is another way to understand your data. In box plot, you have one variable, for example, iris, sepal length. If I run it, it show me like a picture like this. You can see this highest line is showing some of the histogram. Some of the box plots say this is a maximum value, and this is a minimum value. And in some other box plots, this is shows some calculated limit and some lower side calculated limit. This dark black line is showing the median value. This upper line is the quantile 3, Q3, and this is the quantile 1. If you have studied stats in first semester in MCS previous or in your prior class, BSc or a BA or whatever, so you know this plot very well. So this is a good way to see whether there are outliers in your data or there are no outliers. In the same way, it was possible for us to see outliers using histogram. See, there is not many outliers on the left hand side, but there is, like, this is a right skewed distribution. There is less data on the right hand side and more data in the middle of this image. So this is a way to see whether there are outliers or no outliers in your data set. One way is to plot each variable one by one. The other way is to plot a histogram matrix. You see, if I make not the heading is not correct. Petal length. See, there is a flower whose petal length is very different. So this is 40 plus 150. So one of the three species is very different from the rest. and the other two types are here. So this is a type. You can see that there is a clear classification or separation of this type with the other two types. We are not going into details which of the type is separate. This we will do in our classification and clustering chapter lessons. Okay. Anybody have any question by till now at this point? Okay. Next is quantile plot. What is quantile plot? It is a way which we use to see whether the data, very specifically I will say, whether the yes, any question? Do I need to unmute? Ikra Aziz.
नो सर ये गलती से चला गया.
Okay. हाँ, मुझे भी लगा था गलती से ही हुआ होगा, लेकिन फिर मैंने पूछा. तो मेरा वहाँ एक प्रोफेसर था, डोमिनिक शॉ, जर्मन था. उसने मुझे यही कहा था जब मैं नया गया था पोस्ट डॉक. उसने कहा था, if you ask question, that's very good. That you have something in your brain, you want to ask something. Even if the question is wrong or it is very foolish, ask question. But if you don't ask question, that means you either fully understanding everything or you are understanding nothing. तो ये इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन पूछना शुरू कर दें. लेकिन ये बड़ा अच्छा एक डोमिनिक और जिम हैटन मेरे जो मेंटर थे शुरू, और तानिया मना खान, तो इन लोगों ने काफ़ी मेंटर किया, काफ़ी गाइडेंस दी. वहाँ पे लर्निंग बहुत अच्छी होती, बहुत फास्ट लर्निंग, बहुत तेज़ी से आपको काम करना होता है, और काफ़ी पीस ऑफ लाइफ के साथ आप काम करते हैं. तो ये इस तरह की क्वेश्चन पूछा करें, वैलिड क्वेश्चन. लेकिन कभी-कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि स्टूडेंट पीछे पढ़ के नहीं आता और फिर वो क्वेश्चन पूछता है तो वो खुद ही एक्सपोज होता है कि उसने लास्ट लेसन जो है पढ़ा हुआ नहीं था. जस्ट फॉर गाइडलाइंस, बिकॉज यू आर मैच्योर स्टूडेंट्स, 18+ हैं आप सारे के सारे. तो इस वजह से आप लोग जो है समझदार हैं, तो आप लोग जो है वो जो लेसन हो गया उसका पीछे की बातें पढ़ लिया करें और आगे जो है जो मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ उसको प्रैक्टिस करें. ओके. So we were talking
Okay,
about.
sir.
नहीं, this is for general, not for only for you. सबके लिए बात हो रही. Okay, quantile plot. So quantile plot is used to see is your data following a normal distribution or it is not following a normal distribution. We specifically just worrying about whether the data is following normal distribution or not following a normal distribution. There is other ways to test whether the data is following any other distribution. Probably those who have background in statistics, they know we can check gamma distribution, we can check Weibull distribution, we can check any other distribution, discrete or continuous. And those who do not have statistics background, you can say we can check that either the data have a right hand side tail, very large tail on the right hand side, or very large tail on the very left hand side, or it is a bell shape like umbrella shape. Umbrella shape is like bell shape or normal shape, normal distribution. So right skewed, like this is right skewed. More of the observations, you see, more of the observations are in the left hand side, and few observations is on the right hand side. So this is called right skewed. This is called left skewed. Very few observations on the left hand side and more observations on the right hand side. And the last thing, which is statistics usually worry about, that is the symmetric distribution or bell shape, which have Bell shape means 50% data on the right hand side and 50% data on the left hand side from this vertical line. This dotted vertical line represents the mean value or the median value. So there are three shapes that we care about, either right skewed, which have tail on right hand side, or left skewed, which have tail on left hand side, or bell shaped. One more. Okay, so these are the main three shapes that we are highly interested, and this is very fundamental concept. If somebody don't know or don't understand, he can read the book. This is page number 47 or 84 out of 740 that has explained this thing. Then we have range, quartiles, and interquartile range. I will leave for this because this topic is in BCom and BA and BSc. All I've covered this. So box plot and outliers. Okay. So we have seen box plot, but I have not shown you box plot with multiple categories. So I think